Hi guys, so today I am talking about having your Venus in an earth sign, so we will be talking about having your Venus in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. If you want to just watch a specific one, if you just want to watch Virgo, you just want to watch Taurus, you just want to watch Capricorn, then I will put the times down below for you to skip so you don't have to watch this entire video, because I know that's just asking too much. It's asking way too much. I know I'm like living in the shadows here and I look like I'm in a cave, but just bear with me. I'm doing the best that I can right now. I added one more light. I don't really know if that helped at all. Okay, so if you want to know like what Venus is all about, you can check out my video Intro to Venus, or you can Google it online. But be aware that Google might take you to random places and you might not really find out anything factual or meaningful in any way. So anyways, we're going to begin with having your Venus in Taurus. So this is a really comfortable spot for Venus to be, and that's because Venus rules Taurus. I just want to point out that having your Venus in Libra is also in its rulership, just because Venus rules over both Taurus and Libra. Just to avoid any confusion that there might have been, which I don't know if there was any. A person that has their Venus in Taurus is going to tend to be a unique blend of affectionate and guarded. A bad relationship has the power to hurt them deeply, and once they figure this out, they'll be slow to open up to any new romantic or platonic relationships. This is not to say that this person's going to have like this gigantic wall up pushing everybody away, because that's really not the case with the Venus in Taurus. They're actually quite open to love. They're just going to really take their time allowing new lovers or friends into their lives. It'll be a slow process to get close to these people, but it won't necessarily be a challenging or negative one. Just time-consuming. If you're willing to stick it out, then it will probably bring you good things if this person wants you in their lives. This person kind of feels nice to be around, and they might have a voice that draws you in and makes you want to be near them. They tend to be in good spirits more often than not. This person will find materials important, and they will be more attracted to the expensive things in life. They'll have more expensive tastes than, people who have their Venus in other signs. These people will strive for comfort, and while they can definitely be stubborn in relationships, they'll be willing to put in effort and hard work to make somebody part of their life and part of their routine if they think that that person is worth it. Once they let someone in, they can be at times too much. And they really just won't want to lose somebody after so much time went into the consideration of allowing this person into their lives in the first place. This person can really make a loyal and stable friend or partner, or even like co-worker, as long as they don't end up feeling like they're being wronged in some way. They can also be really successful in personal business or having their own business. So now we're going to talk about having your Venus in Virgo. Now, where having your Venus in Taurus was a comfortable place to be, having your Venus in Virgo is a very difficult place for your Venus to be. That's not to say it's like the end of the world or anything. Venus in Virgo is in its fall. Thirsty? Yes. Shit. Spilled that a little. This person is definitely going to have a struggle to not be cold in personal relationships. Love can be really difficult for them, as they can be picky and not so open to others. They can have a difficult time feeling like they truly relate to any other person, whether it be, romantically or in a friendship way, or even like just in general with people. And at times they might really feel lonely because of this. Somebody with their Venus in Virgo might become obsessed with little things that most people wouldn't even think to dwell on. They really just can't help it, and they tend to become overly focused on negative traits with others and themselves. And they can kind of blow the littlest things up and totally out of proportion. So not only are they picky with letting other people in, they're also incredibly hard on themselves, and they may even get to the point where they feel like they don't deserve love. This is obviously sad, but it can be fixed. Like I said in my previous video, the more awareness that you have of your birth chart, the better off you are, because if you know these things about yourself, it's a lot easier to work on them and fix them. Fix them, I say, but work on them and kind of know these things about yourself so that you're more conscious of what's going on. This person can definitely work on appreciating the good in other people as well as themselves, and if they really take the time to stop and smell the roses and take time to kind of like let things go and just breathe and not focus on every little detail, they'll have a much easier time with relationships with others. This person really just tends to be overly cautious. They just struggle to go with the flow when matters of the heart are involved. A person with their Venus in Virgo is going to want very badly to feel special to the person that they're in a relationship with, whether that be a friendship or a romantic relationship or whatever kind of relationship. Strangely, you'll find that they kind of pick the people that do the opposite of this. And that might be because they feel like they don't deserve love. This person is more apt to find financial success in jobs related to medicine or food. And they can also be very talented with writing, and they can really be quite funny. They might find themselves better or having an easier time at giving themselves to a general cause or kind of like group. Just something larger than a one-on-one relationship, because one-on-one relationships can be so challenging for them. So now we're going to go over having your Venus in Capricorn. This is another, rather not tough so much placement of Venus, but it's not like the most comfortable by any means. This person is probably going to be more serious in their relations with others. They can sometimes find it easy to be materialistic because relating to objects and abstracts like power or success just come easier to them than actually relating to other people or beings. This person might become overly concerned with how people can be useful to them. Though they still really tend to be like generous people overall, it isn't that they're necessarily like malicious and trying to think of how they can use everybody around them. It's just they tend to like automatically start considering how a new relationship is going to benefit them. Instead of looking at it as a positive addition to what they already are and already have, they kind of just look like, how can this person help me? Part of this stems from the fear of opening up to lovers or to friends. This person is going to be very protective of themselves. So this will lead them to be cautious in love. They just really don't want to get hurt, so they can seem really cold because they're protecting themselves with a wall in order to try not to, be rejected or hurt. People with Venus in Capricorn, like I said, can fall victim to letting somebody's status, like social status or financial status, become just way too important. Like I said, they're going to look at people as like, how can this person get me up the ladder? And they can even let like romantic relationships become, they'll just think of it as like a social appearance. Like even their marriage might be a social status. These people can be honest, but they also can be very detached. They're so fearful of rejection that they can become jealous, or they can instantly just shut a person out if they feel like they've been hurt. They might overreact to a situation and just instantly dismiss the person that caused them any type of hurt or pain because they just don't want to deal with that in their lives. Like I said, this can be fixed if they're aware of it. This person is probably going to be really good at, dealing with business with other people, and that's going to be a talent of theirs, and it will bring them more financial success than other areas. So that is it with having your Venus in Earth signs. My next video will be having your Venus in air signs. I always have to think about it. And then the last one will obviously be water signs. I'm going to be putting out a second video this week, so keep your eyes open for that. I just thought it would be fun to not just do one video this week. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're interested, check out my second channel. I have the details listed below. And look out for my new videos. I put them out every Monday / really late Monday night, Tuesday morning-ish. Yeah. Anyways, as always, have a good day or night.
I'm so sick of these fucking shadows, I literally can't take it. I'm gonna be so annoyed editing this video because all I'm gonna be able to focus on are these shadows behind me. So if any of you are wizards with lighting and stuff, I saw that you should have your lighting up and stuff, but here's my lighting up. It doesn't really help at all. Okay. Anyways. I am so hot right now. There's literally so many lights blaring around me, and I just can't get out of these freaking shadows, and I look like a ghost even though I'm actually tan in real life. And it's so, whoa. And it's just really annoying. I feel like I have to complain at the end of every video just to complain. But anyways, yeah, that's it. That's it.